If you are trying to get into cybersecurity, the worst mistake you can make is choosing a path based on hyper. Because cybersecurity is not one job, and that's exactly why a lot of beginners get stuck. They hear cybersecurity and they think hacking, they think pen testing, they think red team, but then they start learning and suddenly they see SOC, GRC, DFIR, cloud security, app security, identity access management, DevSecOps, threat intelligence, auditing, and now they have no idea where they actually fit. And that confusion is dangerous because if you choose the wrong path for your personality, your strength, and your current situation, you can lose months or even years trying to force something that was never right for you in the first place. So in this video, I'm going to make this very simple. I will break down the major cybersecurity career paths, what people in those roles actually do, who each path is best for, and how to choose the one that realistically fits you. I am Al Mamun. I am studying cybersecurity in Germany and I'm also working in GRC. And honestly, when I started, I was confused too. Too many job titles, too much noise, too many people making the field sounds simpler than it really is. So this is the video I wish someone gave me at the beginning. The first thing you need to understand is this. You are not choosing cybersecurity, you are choosing a type of work inside cybersecurity. That's a big difference because this field includes technical roles, non-technical roles, highly specialized roles, engineering roles, and investigation roles. So let's make the big picture simple first. Most cybersecurity paths fall into three broad groups. Defensive security, also called blue team. This is about protecting systems, detecting threats, monitoring activities, and responding to incidents. Second, offensive security, also called red team. This is about simulating attack, finding vulnerabilities, and testing how secure systems really are. And then third is governance and management. This is about the risk, compliance, policies, audits, and helping organizations make security decisions in a structured way. And then on top of that, you have specialized paths like cloud security, application security, identity access management, malware analysis, and more. Now let's go through the main ones in a practical way. Let's start with GRC because this is the area I work in. GRC is one of the most misunderstood path in cybersecurity. A lot of people ignore it because it doesn't look flashy, but companies absolutely need it. In GRC, you are focused on things like identifying security, risk, creating or reviewing policies, supporting compliance efforts, and helping the company align security with standards like ISO 27001, GDPR, and internal controls. So this role is less about the deep technical work and more about structure, communication, and risk thinking. You need to understand how security should work in an organization, how to document things clearly, and how to communicate with both technical team and business people. If you're someone who likes structured work, clear processes, documentation, seeing the bigger organization picture, GRC can be very strong path for you. And in the real world, it's stable, valuable, and often well paid. Now let's talk about SOC analyst. If you want a more technical entry point cybersecurity, then SOC is one of the best places to start. SOC stands for Security Operations Center. As a SOC analyst, you monitor alerts, review suspicious activity, analyze logs, investigate possible threats, and escalate incidents when something serious happens. So in simple terms, you are part of the team defending the environment in real time. This role is great because it exposes you to real security events, real tooling, and real investigating thinking. You are usually work with SIEM platform, for example, Splunk, Wazoo, and over the time, you start learning how attackers behave, how detection work, how security teams respond under pressure. This is very solid path for beginners, especially if you like analysis, pattern recognition, and learning through hands-on exposure. And it can lead to incident response, threat hunting, engineering, cloud security, and several other paths later. Now, let's talk about path that gets the most attention: penetration testing. This is what many people imagine when they hear cybersecurity. And yes, it is real, it is valuable, but also one of the paths beginner romanticize the most. A penetration tester simulates attack on systems, networks, applications to find vulnerabilities before real attackers do. That sounds exciting, and sometimes it is, but it also requires a very strong technical foundation. You need networking, you need Linux, you need a web security, understanding of vulnerabilities, and usually scriptings as well. And one thing a lot of beginners don't realize is that pen testing is not just about finding bugs, it's also about the writing your clear reports, explaining impact, and giving useful remediation advice. So if you are deeply curious, you enjoy technical problem solving, and you genuinely like going deep into system, this can be very great path for you. So if you are deeply curious, you enjoy technical problem solving, and you genuinely like going deep into systems, this can be a great path for you. But don't choose it just because it looks cool on YouTube. Choose it if you are actually enjoy working behind it. DFIR, Digital Forensic and Incident Response. This is the path for people who like investigation. DFIR is about understanding what happened after a security incident, how it happened, and what was affected, what needs to be happened next. You may investigate breaches, analyze compromised devices, collect digital evidence, reconstruct attacker activity, and support containment and recovery. This kind of work requires patience, accuracy, and strong attention to detail. It's less about hyper, more about careful analysis. If you like solving puzzles, following evidence, and understanding the story behind an attack, DFIR can be a very strong fit for you. Cloud security is one of the fastest growing areas in the field. As more companies move to AWS, Azure, and other cloud platforms, they need people who understand how to secure those environments properly. That includes access control, identity management, cloud networking, logging, monitoring, and preventing misconfigurations. And honestly, a huge number of cloud security problems come from mistakes, bad permissions, exposed resources, weak configuration, not just sophisticated attacks. So this path is great for people who are interested in modern infrastructure and want to build a skill in an area with very strong demand. Security engineering is for people who want to build, improve, and design secure systems. This is usually a more advanced path because this often combines security knowledge with engineering ability. You may help design secure architecture, automate security controls, improve internal tools, or build systems that reduce risk at scale. This path fits people who like building things, thinking in system, and solving technical problems in a deeper way. It's less about watching alerts and more about creating better security foundation. Now, here are something important. The famous roles are not the only good roles. Cybersecurity also has several specialized paths that can be an even better fit depending on your who you are. For example, application security is about securing software, working closely with developers. Great if you like coding. Identity and access management is about controlling who gets access to what. It's a strong fit for people who like structured system and security logic. Threat intelligence is about researching attackers, threats, trends, good for people who enjoy analysis and research. Security audit is closely connected to GRC and fits detail-oriented people who like evaluation and standards. DevSecOps is one of the most in-demand modern paths. It blends security with development, automation, cloud, and CI/CD pipelines. Malware analysis is one of the deepest technical paths and usually better for people who love reverse engineering and low-level systems. OT or ICS security focused on industrial environment like factories, critical infrastructure, very specialized, very important, and often overlooked. So if one of the mainstream roles doesn't feel right to you, that doesn't mean cybersecurity isn't for you. It may just mean your fit is somewhere else inside the field. So how do you choose the right path? This is the part that matters most, because knowing the option is useful, but making a decision is what actually moves your career forward. First, be honest about yourself. Don't choose based on hyper. Don't choose based on what sounds impressive. Don't choose based on what gets the most online views. Choose based on how you actually think and work. If you enjoy technical problem solving, troubleshooting, building and learning systems deeply, then paths like SOC, pentesting, cloud security, application security, security engineer, or DevSecOps may fit you better. If you prefer structure, communication, risk thinking, process, and business context, then GRC, auditing, or identity access management may be better option. This is not about which path is cooler, it's about which path you can realistically grow in. Second, think about your personality. If you are naturally curious and like breaking things to understand them, pentesting or malware analysis may fit. If you are analytical or observant, SOC or threat intelligence may be better. If you like structure and organizations, then GRC, identity access management, or auditing might suit you. If you enjoy investigation and evidence, then DFIR is a strong option. If you like building systems and automation, security engineering, or DevSecOps makes a lot of sense. A lot of people think they have a motivation problem when really they just picked a path that doesn't match how they work. Third, be realistic about where you are right now. This part matters a lot. If you are a complete beginner, it may be smarter to start with something like SOC or GRC than to force yourself straight into advanced red team work or malware analysis. If you already know programming, then application security or DevSecOps might be very realistic for you. If you are switching careers, GRC can often be an easier entry, and SOC is, I would say, also possible depending on your background. Your past role doesn't have to be your final role. Sometimes the best move is not starting in your dream job, it's start with the role that gets you into the field. Fourth, stop trying to learn everything. This is where many beginners sabotage themselves. They try to learn networking, Linux, cloud, Python, pentesting, malware, compliance, and SIEM tools all at once. That usually creates stress, not progress. So pick one direction, learn the basics around that direction, build a few practical skills, stay focused long enough to get real clarity. Most people get more clarity from 3 months of focused effort than from a year of random content. Fifth, accept that your path may change. This is normal. A lot of people start with one area and then later move to other area. Someone starts with SOC and then moves into cloud. Someone may enter through GRC and then specialize in identity access management. Someone begins with pen testing and then later moves into application security. That's not failure, that's growth. Your fast path is just your entry point. The simplest decision formula, if you are still unsure, use this. Ask yourself, what do I enjoy? What can I realistically become good at? What makes sense for my situation right now? Where those three meet, that's probably your best starting point. Not the flashy path, not the path with the most hyper, the one that fits your real life. That's the path you can actually build on. For me, personally, I didn't choose the path that looked the coolest from the outside. I chose the one that made sense for my situation and where I was at that point in my life. And honestly, I think that's the smartest way to approach cybersecurity, because cybersecurity is not about finding the perfect path on day one. It's about choosing a direction, committing to it seriously, and adjusting as you grow. If you do that, you are already moving the right way. And if you are confused right now, that's normal. You are not behind. It just need clarity before you commit your energy. So choose one direction, start learning with purpose, and let progress give you the answer that overthinking never will.